looks... yeah. So let's see. Well, if I ride it in, it's just going to close up around me. Okay, maybe like wear a jellyfish suit, maybe. Yeah, let's... oh, okay. That did not work. Jellyfish does not want to be worn like a suit. Can't say I blame it. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Astrophysicist Plays Outer Wilds. So, I have some bad news and some good news for you. The bad news is the sun was due to explode in about 20 minutes. The good news is I was able to travel back in time, fix it, and save you all. No need to thank me. It was purely self-interest. I don't care about the rest of you, just saving myself. The bad news that comes out of it, though, is that in doing that, I lost my last recording of my previous PlayStation. So, we are going to have to go through again, and I will retrace my steps in-game of what we did in my last session. So, since I've done it all before, I won't be making as many mistakes. It will be a bit faster, but you won't be getting my original experience of it. So, we are headed off to the quantum moon, which fortunately is right in front of us. So, let's head off to it. So, step 1, equip Scout Launcher. We are using the rule of quantum imaging here. Take a picture of it. Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, it appears as a speck. So, when we're going towards it, we cannot go to our landing cameras. If we go to the landing camera, our view of the Scout's picture will disappear. So, we have to keep that up and do a landing without the aid of the landing camera. Which is going to be a little bit delicate. Trying to fight the gravity without crashing into it. And here we are. Okay. We are on the Giant's Deep version of the quantum moon. Now that we're here, we don't need to worry about the image. Okay. So as we get out, we are at the South Pole, where there is the tragically passed corpse of Anomai, which, if you remember, when we found a shuttle that we recalled to Brittle Hollow from the quantum moon, that was the record of Solomon, I believe. Hold on. Is your corpse doing things? Okay, this corpse is surprisingly active for a corpse, but yeah, quantum weirdness here. So when we search around, we can sometimes find the shuttle. And yeah, see, things just keep going out of view. You have to resist your urge to constantly look around as you walk, or things will disappear on you. So yeah, here's the shuttle. Recalling it to Brittle Hollow with the record. Oh, Solanum, that's it. That's her name. So, her records of landing, which we already read previously, so I won't go over. There's nothing new in this shuttle. This is just finding it in its original spot. So, what we can do on the quantum moon is search for the Nomai shrine here. Just turn around until it shows up. Now, before we got into this shrine, but we didn't know about the game's rule of quantum entanglement, which changes things on us. The rule of quantum entanglement says that when we stop observing, that is when we go into the dark, apparently for their definition of observing, our feet touching the planet and, you know, feeling the water doesn't count. Then once we start observing again, it's allowed to jump. So you see here, the monitor says we have jumped to Brittle Hollow. And if we open the door, we see that the quantum moon has changed form and now resembles Brittle Hollow. So whichever... oh, and is gone. Yeah, so whichever planet it's orbiting, it resembles quite a bit. I'm just going to search around until I spot it again. Because Now, the final quantum rule is that of the sixth location. That is that if you want to explore the quantum moon while it's orbiting the sixth location, that is the eye of the universe, the shrine has to be on the North Pole, which means somehow you have to get to the North Pole. Now, each of these planets has different terrain on it, so you can't get to the North Pole from every planet. Like on the Timber Hearth version, you're actually trapped right at the South Pole and can't do anything from there. But Giant's Deep, you can't get right to the North Pole, but you can get very close to it. So here, there's a big tornado blowing around the North Pole, which if you step into it, it'll blow you out into the clouds over the quantum moon, and then when you fall back, you'll be back at the South Pole. So you can't get right to the North Pole, but you can get pretty close. So what I did previously is I got this far in the Giant's Deep version, looked around until I spotted the shrine again. Here we go. It's nice and close. And then go to another version where we can get the rest of the way, which I believe we can on the Brittle Hollow and Timber Hearth versions. Well, I'll try those, see where we end up, and give it a glance. Okay, yeah, so right now, say for instance, it's showing, oh, it's near the eye of the universe. We've got this really funky ground, but we're not at the North Pole. So if we go out to look, the exit is just blocked off by this rock that looks just like the quantum shards we've been seeing all over the place. So let's try a different place. Okay, now Brittle Hollow version. I think this one we can get the rest of the way to the North Pole, if I remember correctly. Okay. It might be blocked off. Maybe there was a way there. Oh, yeah, it looks like we can get there. Yeah, so here the North Pole is just in this little clearing. So we look around, get the shrine back, go in, and wait till it takes us to the sixth location. Okay, Dark Bramble version, which, yeah, let me just open the door, show you what this looks like for anyone curious. We haven't actually been to Dark Bramble itself. We've just seen the seeds that have come out, and now we're seeing a reflection of it through the quantum moon, which just kind of shows the brambles climbing up. Oop, shrine's gone. Come back. Shiny, shiny, shiny. There we go. Okay, somewhere else. Okay, still Dark Bramble. Giant's Deep. Nope, we've been there. Twins. Let's just see what that looks like. We haven't seen that yet. Yep, and it's all sandy here with big rock formations around. Oh, no, we gotta get the shrine at the North Pole again. There we go. Okay. Alright, and here we are at the sixth location. Time to see what is so special about this. So we come out and see this really alien, bizarre geometry, the purple swirling ground, the rocks around that resemble the quantum shards we've seen on different planets. Now, oddly, the terrain here is more stable than it is on other places. I'm not sure exactly why, but if you look around, the terrain just stays the same. But the rocks here look just like the quantum shards, so maybe the quantum shards we saw were chunks of the quantum moon that got knocked off and scattered to other planets. And as we trek through, there's a few paths around, but the most straightforward path heads us to the South Pole, where, remember, right when we entered here on Giant's Deep, we were at the South Pole with the corpse of Solanum there. And on this version... Hello, Solanum. You don't remember me, but I remember you. Yeah, I know who are you. I guess I have to ask. No. So Solanum takes out her big selfie stick. And creates shiny rocks for us. Though, while we're here, yeah, this is very interesting in the sky. If you were to try to jump up and use your jetpack to get into it, it'll actually suck you up. But as soon as you get up, it ejects you back down at the South Pole in some other version of the quantum moon. So you can't actually get out and see what's going on there. But we have Solanum here, who has provided us with a bunch of rocks. We've got Eye of the Universe, you, Quantum Moon, me, Identify, and Explain. So, if we pick up any of these rocks, Solanum will create a couple of pedestals for us. We can put one rock in each of them. So you pick 2 rocks and decide on a subject. So, Identify You is a good one to start with. So I'll just read all of these possibilities through for you. There are 15 total things that you can ask Solanum about, and we'll just go through them and see what she has to say. One interesting note is you don't actually lose oxygen while you're here, which is kind of odd. There aren't any trees for it. But anyways, let's see what Solanum has to say. And so this thing I thought was a selfie stick turns out to be what they use to write on the walls. And you might remember in previous episodes I was actually talking about their wall writing that seemed oddly conversational. And so my guess is that the Nomais actually maybe use these day to day when conversing with each other. Rather than talking out loud, they would write on walls and then write to respond to each other. Which, if you think about it, if you're on a place that doesn't have a breathable atmosphere, you're wearing a spacesuit like this, both of you wearing a spacesuit, you don't have sound to go between you, so you get used to writing things down to communicate, which is a very logical way for us to have a lot of written records left to parse. So let's see. Solanum. I am Solanum, a Nomai. My clan arrived in this star system before my birth, and we now call it home. Okay, how about Identify Me? Actually, so I don't do repeats, I'm going to create a pile here. Okay, Identify Me. Now there's a quiz for you. Solanum. I've never met one of your kind before. It's an honor to speak with you. I particularly admire your 4 eyes. Well, I admire... Well, I can't really see your 3 eyes. Your spacesuit helmet isn't quite as transparent as mine apparently is. There are many questions I would ask if I could comprehend your language. You have my gratitude for understanding mine. Okay, so she's able to sense that we have a translator here and can understand her. But unfortunately, she doesn't have a way to easily ask us questions. Okay. Identify the Eye of the Universe. We are orbiting the Eye of the Universe now, although we cannot see it. Only the quantum moon's reflection of it. The Eye is older than the universe itself, and my clan believes it dwells in an extremely distant orbit around this star system. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we pretty much know all of that. Identify the quantum moon. This is the quantum moon, where we are both standing. Yeah. Despite also orbiting other celestial bodies, the quantum moon is the Eye of the Universe's moon. So it's natively the Eye of the Universe's moon, but it wanders. They have an open relationship, apparently. The quantum moon goes where it wishes. The Eye of the Universe stays where it is, and is fine with that arrangement, whatever works for them. Okay. So, identify the concept of explanation, or explain the concept of identification. Solanum, these are the two tenets of Nomai philosophy. To seek out and to understand is our way of living. You know, Solanum, you didn't have to take this question seriously. You could have just responded saying, look, I know you're going through all the possibilities, but I'll humor you. Okay, so that's everything we can do with identification. I'm going to leave it over here, out of the way, nothing more to do with that. And now let's just cycle through what goes with explain. So, can you explain the eye of the universe, Solana? There is fundamental uncertainty throughout the universe. Normally, this uncertainty is only observable on a very small scale. Yeah, that's like our real universe. The quantum uncertainty really only comes up at tiny scales. As one approaches the eye, however, that uncertainty grows enormously. Oh, so I guess these tablets can do italics too. That's cool. The quantum moon probably exhibits macroscopic quantum behavior because of its proximity to the eye. Shards that broke off from the quantum moon have a similar effect, as I imagine you've seen elsewhere in the star system. Yeah, we've noticed that. Like, the quantum moon itself is very weird and causes a lot of randomness all over its circle. Quantum shards will often leap around themselves, and some of the things nearby will leap around a little. So it seems to be a scaling effect that you get. The quantum moon, very quantum. Quantum shards, pretty quantum. Things nearby, quantum shards, also a bit quantum. And then if you go in the opposite direction, like the quantum moon is the native moon of the eye of the universe, then you scale up. Is the eye of the universe the most quantum? Now, please do not quote me on that out of context, because talking about quantum in this context makes me sound like some sort of grifter in the real universe who uses quantum to explain how their water can magically cure you. Solanum. Conscious observation forces a quantum object to collapse to a single possibility. But what would happen if a conscious observer somehow entered the eye itself? Over time, this has become my clan's greatest question. Yeah, I can definitely see how you wonder it following through. So what if you try to collapse the most quantum thing in the universe? Okay, I'll put them back up here now for this wave. Okay, explain the quantum moon. Have you encountered a quantum shard on another planet? The shards look the same as the quantum moon's surface does now while at the eye. From this, we can reasonably infer the quantum moon's natural state is as we see it now, and that the eye is its primary location. Given the quantum moon is the eye's moon, it's likely that any characteristics the moon exhibits are also exhibited by the eye itself. So what we see around here probably resembles the eye of the universe. The quantum moon and its shards, for instance, are quantum, thus the eye is likely also quantum. In fact, this moon is probably quantum because its proximity to the eye made it quantum. Oh boy, I am saying quantum too much. The same way the areas surrounding the quantum shards that landed on other planets eventually become quantum too. This is not at all how it works in the real universe. I don't think you need me to tell you that. Okay. Explain yourself, Solana. Solanum, I am on my first pilgrimage to the quantum moon. All Nomai in my clan make this journey when we come of age. Even though the eye cannot be reached from here, the quantum moon remains special to us, as it carries us nearer to the eye than any other place we know. I've journeyed here to be close to the eye. While the eye is obscured from our sight, we can kind of get a faint glimpse. You can't really see it, but it's probably that way. We can see the quantum moon's reflection of the eye in the sky above us. So, something vaguely resembling the eye up there, I guess. I can kind of see how they got those pictures out of this. If you see the eye from the quantum moon, which is the closest you can get, then you can see how it kind of looks like they're drawings of the eye. Okay. Alright, explain me. Yeah, there is a number for you, Solanum. I imagine your purpose here is the same as mine, to learn about and to find the eye of the universe. Well, I'm just exploring, but that sounds like a good thing to do. I'm unsure how you arrived here, however. Perhaps you came from another star system, as my clan originally did. No, actually, we evolved here. So, one thing I think I didn't show on this playthrough, but in Solanum's shuttle, or one of the things around here, it established that, 300,000... No, I think that was on the Sun Station. Yeah, the Sun Station said that 300,000 years had passed since the last interaction from the Nomai. But here we have Solanum alive and thinking, did you just come from another star system? So, Solanum being alive after 300,000 years is odd, but she doesn't jump to the idea that I evolved here, so I think she doesn't really feel 300,000 years old. She thinks that I was just here, or I just got here after her. So, something weird is going on with time. Okay, so that's all for explain. Alright. You and the quantum moon. Oh, me and the quantum moon. Okay. Is this your first time on the quantum moon? It's my first time here. If you've come here looking for answers, I hope you find them. Okay. Alright. Me and the eye of the universe. Suppose you could reach the eye of the universe. Would you try to enter it? What do you imagine the effects of a conscious observer might be? Yeah, bringing that up again. Okay. And, ooh, me and you. So, Solanum, me and you, question mark. That's a big one for you. Come on. Me and you, question mark. How do you feel? We do not have much connection, you and I. Aw, Solanum, you're breaking my heart. Still, this encounter feels special. You know, I was feeling that you said we don't have much connection. I hope you won't mind if I think of you as a friend. Yeah, okay, you just want to be friends. Alright, we can just be friends. Okay. That's enough with the me. Let's talk about you, Solanum. You and the eye of the universe. Many in my clan have believed the eye called to us for a particular purpose. When I was a child, I used to believe the eye was malevolent, to have lured my clan to the star system, only to then vanish from them so completely. But I don't fear the eye anymore. In fact, it became my fondest hope to see the eye itself, someday, but I fear this may be beyond my reach. You may think I'm strange, but I have a hypothesis that I may not be entirely alive. Yeah, we did find your corpse on a different version of the quantum moon. So, what I'm suspecting has gone on is that Solanum is entangled with the quantum moon, and the quantum moon can jump through all 6 possible versions, and for some reason, when whatever happened to kill all the Nomai happened, the version of Solanum on all the other versions of the quantum moon died, but the version at the 6th location lived, for whatever reason. So she's only like 1/6 alive. But honestly, you're doing a lot better than any other Nomai I've met, so good for you. Okay. How about you and the quantum moon? Like many of my clan before me, I journeyed here to see the quantum moon's reflection of the eye. This is the closest any of us have come to seeing the eye itself. You may think I'm strange, but I have a hypothesis that I may not be entirely alive. Perhaps my journey's reached its end. Yeah, why don't you just come with me? I can guide you back to my ship. Ignore the existence of your corpse on other planets. That can't be pleasant. Or would they even exist? I mean, how would that work? If we take you back from this version, wouldn't that just, like, resolve the observation and we've decided which version of you is the real one and it's the one that's alive? I mean, that should work, even by in-game standards. Yeah. I imagine you've noticed the quantum moon changes in appearance depending on which location it is currently orbiting. For instance, the moon looks quite different when orbiting Giant's Deep than it does when orbiting the Hourglass Twins. Yep. Because the quantum moon clearly changes in its different forms, the eye, being this moon's primary location, must be similarly malleable. From this, we can hypothesize that the eye represents extreme changeability. That said, despite its malleable nature, the quantum moon becomes locked to one specific version of itself when it is consciously observed. But what would happen if a conscious observer were to enter the eye? Yeah. So, they bring up the idea, what if a conscious observer enters the eye 3 times in the conversation with Solanum? So the game designers really want you to hear that, making sure even if you aren't going through everything, there's a good chance you'll hear that. So that's going to be important. They want to say, what happens if a conscious observer, nudge, nudge, I mean you, enters the eye of the universe? So we'll have to put that on our to-do list. Now, how to enter the eye of the universe? Well, first we have to find it. We can't, like, see it in the solar system. The Nomai ran into that trouble too. But they did create this big probe cannon to search for it. Now, unfortunately, one of the modules of that, the probe tracking module, broke off right after it fired, and that tracking module fell to the bottom of Giant's Deep. And the bottom of Giant's Deep is hard to get to because there's a big current blocking the way. However, we did figure out how to go through the current. You have to use the one tornado, paradoxically rotating the wrong direction, and that'll push you down beneath the current. So we can try to use that to go to the bottom of the Giant's Deep, maybe find the probe tracking module, and that will tell us where the eye of the universe is. Then maybe we can just fly out to it and see from there. Okay, that sounds like a plan for the next steps. For now, though, well, last time I was here, I tried to go up into that and found that it just spits you back onto a different version of the quantum moon. For me, it was Timber Hearth. Maybe it's random. This time, however, I want to see what happens if the sun explodes while we're here. Because apparently we're in a very distant orbit around the sun at this 6th location. So maybe we'll be far out enough to survive if the sun explodes. So I'm just going to let the timer run out. I'll skip ahead for you, and just in the meantime walk around. If I spot anything else interesting here, I'll show it. But otherwise, meet you back when the sun is exploding, and we'll see what happens. Okay, the sun is about to explode music has started up, so we just got like a minute or 2 left here. You know what, I'm not going to wander. I'm just going to go hang out with Solanum. See if they react to the sun exploding, if we can even notice it from here. Actually, I'm interested. Can we do any other interactions with Solanum? Like, Scout Launcher. Have the Scout, Solanum. Okay, you now have a Scout. I hope the two of you are very happy together. Oh cool, you can actually see the Scout turn around as you take pictures in different directions. That's cool. Oh, do you have any special signal, Solanum? No, okay. Well, I hope you and the Scout are very happy together. I know the two of us didn't work out, but I'm glad you found someone else. Alright, this is usually the time the sun explodes, so I'm just gonna look up we see anything, it'll be that way. And just check if Solanum has any reaction. Oh. We didn't. That is definitely new. And we are still going back in time. So it seems we go back in time, not just when we die, but also a bit after the sun explodes regardless. I don't know if that's just a gameplay thing or if it means anything. We still don't know exactly how we're going back in time. Well, we do know, yeah, we know pieces of it. I think it's been a long time since we encountered that, but it's attuning to those statues. But we don't know exactly what the trigger is. It seems to happen when the sun explodes or when we die. They're sending our minds back, but we don't really know much beyond that. Alright, let's go. Let's check the ship's computer, catch up, just see what it calls out as important. And then let's go try to find the probe tracking module at the bottom of Giant's Deep. Okay. So, yeah, I found a dead Nomai in a spacesuit near the South Pole. Okay, I met a living Nomai named Solanum at the South Pole. The quantum moon is the eye of the universe's moon. At this location, the quantum moon becomes a reflection of the eye itself. The eye is likely the source of all macroscopic quantum phenomena in the solar system. Solanum wonders what would happen if a conscious observer were to enter the eye. Solanum has a hypothesis that she may not be entirely alive. Yep. And it looks like we have checked off all the quantum stuff here. Okay, so that's cool. That's one subject thoroughly investigated. So, let us head to Giant's Deep and see what happens if we try to get into the core, if we can find the probe tracking module there. Alright, here we are. So now, like just to demonstrate, if we try to go down to get to the core, ooh, that looks nasty. The current just pushes us back at this point. So we can't go further. However, apparently if we go into a cyclone, which is rotating the opposite way, so looking at these, most of these are going to the left. So we should be looking for one going to the right and go into that, let it push us down. Now, here we go. Here's our bad boy. Alright. Come on, do your thing. Yes, it does. We are down below the current. Okay, so, yeah, that looks nasty. That's like a big electric egg with jellyfish. Jellyfish able to go through the... Okay, kind of reminds me of reverse conception. Like, instead of a sperm entering an egg, we have, like, well, not going forward. It's a sperm entering an egg going backwards. Leaving a little red spot behind. Okay, is it going to be at all safe to land on this? This does not be... No, it's not safe. Okay. Oh, what about you? You seem to be alright. Yeah. Well, they can do it. Yeah. Okay. Electrical systems damaged. Do I need to repair that? Well, okay, well, while I'm down here, there's... Okay, so they've been leading me to that in a lot of ways, and there is basically nothing down here aside from me and these jellyfish. So I can't just go through in my ship. but the jellyfish are able to go through. So either I have to do something like what the jellyfish can, but I don't see what I could possibly do. There aren't really any ability unlocks in this game. Or can I just ride a jellyfish in? Yeah. They look kind of electric too, but... Ooh. That part kind of looks... Yeah. So let's see. Well, if I ride it in, it's just going to close up around me. Can I maybe, like, wear a jellyfish suit, maybe? Yeah, let's... Oh, okay. That did not work. Jellyfish does not want to be worn like a suit. Can't say I blame it. Alright, I'm gonna say here we do not have enough information. We're gonna have to keep looking around. So let's go meditate until the next loop. And let's find something else to look into. Okay, so what to do now? Now, I think right now, the 2 planets we haven't thoroughly explored, we're blocked off on Giant's Deep from getting to the core. I need to figure something out. So the 2 left are really the Hourglass Twins. There are still a lot of teleporters we haven't used on Ash Twin. And Ember Twin. We haven't gone into the Sunless City, and we haven't found the anglerfish fossil we're told is there. Dark Bramble, we haven't been there, but we've been told there are dangerous anglerfish, and to learn how to survive, go to Ember Twin. So I think going to Ember Twin first makes the most sense, as it also supposedly has a guide there for how to, or for which towers go where on Ash Twin. So we'll just have to get in there quickly and head to the Sunless City as quickly as we can before it gets blocked off by sand, and see if we can find either or both answers to either or both of those questions. So how I went in before is I landed right near the escape pod. And yeah, doesn't need to be a good landing. I'm not really planning to get out from here on this cycle. And then if you go into the escape pod, there is a route into the planet that the escape pod itself broke open. Okay, that hurt my legs a bit, but I'll be fine. Okay. So we'll follow their guidance. Emergency escape hatch. They fooled me with those rocks once before. Do not follow this tunnel to the end. Okay, so that's the one that goes to the anglerfish. I actually am going to go down this one. Going to use my scout launcher to put a scout through and into that room, so that I have it tracking on my map of where the scout is, so I can look for another way to get in there. But otherwise, I'm going to look for the other writings to see which way they tell me to go. We have found an enormous cavern at the end that looks promising. Okay, so this way. Cavern is a wise choice. Mark direction. This is the start of the path. I've marked directions. Hurry. Okay, yeah. Alright. So I believe they called this the Sunless City because the surface of this planet was far too warm from the sun to be safe, but inside, in the caves, it's nice and cool. It does fill with sand, which kills you. That's a bit of a downside. Okay. The path to the shelter site is somewhat convoluted, so follow the instructions ahead closely. Oh, boy. To reach the shelter site, walk forward until you meet the sandfall at the pit, then turn left. Okay. Forward to sandfall, turn left. Continue to the room filled with rock column formations and climb upward through the opening above them. Okay, forward to sandfall, left, up through rock columns. The sand here is rising, so you must be cautious but swift. Okay, so sandfall room, we go left. Can we go left? Okay, yeah. And the scout is over that way still. Okay, rock column room, we go up. Okay, yeah, so we can land here. Is there anything up? No. Okay, so we go through here. We are getting farther away from the scout, so we might need to take another trip to find that. Coleus, be cautious crossing the chasm ahead. The bridge Melleray and I crafted will do its job, but it isn't very strong. I don't think it will do its job, Coleus, no. Once on the far side, look for the tunnel hidden behind the falling sand. Okay, tunnel behind the falling sand. Follow it and you'll reach the shelter site. Ooh, you really can get lost in here. It's going to be hard to figure out where to get to the anglerfish fossil with how twisted these caves are. I might need to look for other clues for someone to tell us where to get into that chamber. Okay. Coleus, you're doing well. There's only a little farther left to go now until you reach the shelter site. You can rest there. Hurry before the sand comes. Okay. No further directions, just keep going. Do we go up there or down? I think up. Okay. Can we get through here? Oh, we can. Cool. Okay, and we have steps and a door. Just want to check the steps first. Maybe there's a convenient shortcut I can use in the future. Melleray, this is amazing. Look inside the cave. How did this come to rest here? We have encountered others in these caves. I think this is a rare find. So what's in there? Oh, so angular fish again. So I actually am pretty close to that cavern, but can I get through? No, I can't just duck through. Coleus, an update. We need to find a way inside quickly, Melleray, because when I returned here to search for an entrance to the cave, there were children playing on the specimen, so children found out how to get to it. Melleray, from what we can see, Coleus and I believe the specimen must be very old indeed. Imagine what we might learn if we could examine it. So thinking about how it got here, like the way back at the beginning, we found that dark bramble seed on Timber Hearth, which you could pass through and get directly into dark bramble. So the dark bramble seed seems to provide some sort of teleportation, so maybe one of the seeds hit Ember Twin, and an anglerfish passed through it and came out here. Coleus, we both agree it's unlikely this dry planet is this horror's place of origin, especially considering what we observed during the vessel's evacuation. Melleray, clearly this hole is too small for it to have fit through. Hypothesis, there is another entrance to this cave. If there is, Coleus and I will find it. We can't leave valuable information undiscovered. Okay. It's kind of funny how it's dead, but it's still giving off light. Alright, so we came from here and there is a big door they installed. Slowly opening for dramatic tension. Oh, and a little pile of rocks, a marker. Anglerfish fossil overlook, 40 meters. Okay. Well, we've got music playing. I think this might be the Sunless City. Yep, another Nomai skeleton. Can I go down here? Elevator isn't on, but I can drop. 3 minutes oxygen. I'll have to hope I can find some trees soon. Oh, we've got like powered something there. Ooh, yeah, it's really dark without my flashlight. Okay. I'm gonna go a bit quickly through to try to find any trees. Well, it pauses while I'm reading at least. Levi. Okay, I haven't heard your name before. We're meeting in the fossil fish cave to play the game. If you're too big to climb through the anglerfish overlook hole. So the kids can climb through the hole, but not if they get too big. You'll have to go the long way, but it isn't far. You go to Stepping Stone Cave, and then up and into the Fossil Fish Cave. So up from Stepping Stone Cave. I tried to get to the Fossil Fish through Stepping Stone Cave, but I couldn't find the entrance. Where is it? Remember to feed the fossil fish first. If you go to the anglerfish overlook and throw a light into his mouth, he'll show you the way. So can I maybe do that with the scout? Yeah, I'm gonna need oxygen first. Lammy, Taggart can't fit through the anglerfish overlook hole anymore because he grew bigger. He's taller than Levi now. Levi, who cares? Elix is still the tallest. Okay, just some random chatter. Okay. So, feed him to get light. Maybe a scout can do that. But, I really need trees. Okay, where does this go? Stepping Stone Cave. I'll come back. I really hope they planted some trees somewhere in this village. Does this just go down to the sand pit? Is there anything interesting down here? Okay. Don't see anything over there. Jump up here. Yes, okay. Oh, trees. Oh, okay, that's good. Safe. Okay, so, what do we have here? Should we build the sun station to power the Ash Twin project? Okay, so the sun station, was that maybe to power the Ash Twin project? Because we're looking at blowing up the sun there. Do they have to blow up the sun to power the Ash Twin project? But then you wouldn't have the solar system after. Yarrow, are there other ways to generate this level of power? Pi, theoretically, yes. Practically, no. I can't imagine discovering them in our lifetimes. Raimi, I understand this proposal is unsettling, but the sun station must be built if we hope to complete the Ash Twin project. So, blowing up the sun is the only way to power the Ash Twin project. Is the Ash Twin project really that worth powering that you need to blow up the sun for it? Idea. I almost can't comprehend this as being suggested seriously. The purpose of the sun station goes against every standard we hold ourselves to and everything we believe in as a species. Yes, I also believe in not blowing up the sun. Pi. Unsurprisingly, Idea, I disagree. We're pushing a possible new technology further than ever before. That, in my experience, is the defining characteristic of our species. Technology without thinking about the consequences. What could ever go wrong? Coleus, if we fail, and the probability of this is not insignificant, we will without question destroy ourselves, all life here, and the rest of this star system. Yeah, that's a concern, definitely. I wish to protect these species. Idea. The potential annihilation of an entire star system is too severe a cost. We shouldn't build the sun station, no matter how badly we want the knowledge that comes with it. Okay, but what is that knowledge? You're not going to just tell me that? Poke. Fear of failure is a poor reason not to try. I believe if we're cautious, the sun station will work. I believe in Pi. Oh, so there are a lot of smart people. I remember Poke was the one who figured out how to make the warp core back on Brittle Hollow. So Poke got over here as well. So this is after the two clans reunited. So I guess they brought in all of their smartest people to debate this. Which, yeah, if you're thinking of maybe blowing up the sun, it deserves a healthy debate. Pi. Poke, I'm deeply honored. Idea, I comprehend your position. However, if we aren't all but certain the sun station will not cause destruction once we've built it, then I won't support the station's use. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know if we've learned much new there. Yeah, since we've already been to the sun station. But if we hadn't been there first, that could have been new. Alright, so what's all this? 3. Anglerfish Overlook District. Stepping Stone District. High Energy Lab Trailhead. Eye Shrine District. Okay. What do these do if we pull them up? Oh, it turns on the lights. That's useful. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Alright, we can explore a bit. I think while I'm here, I want to go to the anglerfish first, but I'm just going to wander a bit. Ooh. This could be bad. I'm not seeing danger yet. Okay. So let's take a snapshot. Alright, we retrieve scout. Photo mode. No, end of this hallway is not safe. So, I wonder what's in there. Is there another way? So this is the Eye Shrine District, I think. Okay, roof is safe. Aside from the cactus, those are not safe, as we've found out before. Okay, anything in here? You know, what I would really like is a shortcut to get back here. I could put a scout through, but... Yep. Yeah. Okay. The ground floor does not look safe. Okay, that mid-level does look safe, though. If I go over there, yeah. Okay. So I can get over there. And I can get up there. I'm not sure if it's useful, though. Yeah. Now, is there any point to getting here? Maybe not. Oh, there we go. I can get into the elevator over there. And see where this takes us. Oh, writing. Okay. Be welcomed in this place. This shrine is a space to reflect on what brought us to this star system, the signal from the eye. We observed the eye's signal in our travels and followed it here to find its source. What we know is this. The source of the signal, which we have chosen to call the eye of the universe, is older than the universe itself. The rest we have yet to learn. So this is pretty similar to what we learned on Brittle Hollow. There might not be much new here, but let's go through it. Enter and open your mind to its possibilities. Okay. Okay, let's read this first. If the eye called to us, why won't it reveal itself? Why is it so difficult to locate it? Did the signal stop? Does the eye no longer desire to be found? Perhaps this isn't the eye's choice. The eye may not be able to communicate with us more than it already has. Did something happen to it? Is the eye natural or artificial? Maybe someone built it. The eye is older than the universe itself. How could something exist before its creator? It could be naturally occurring, though this doesn't answer how the eye could be as old as it is. Did the eye deliberately call out to us by sending the signal, or did we hear the signal by coincidence? We could be seeing meaning where there is none. Suppose the signal was produced incidentally. Does that mean the eye is any less important, though? Perhaps the eye wanted to be found. Could it be sentient? Maybe it chose us. Does the eye desire something from us? Could it need us in some way? Maybe it doesn't have to be us. So that kind of reminds me of what Solanum was saying. And maybe Solanum even wrote this bit. It's unsigned. I'd have to compare the handwriting, though. Because, yeah, what happens if a conscious observer enters the eye? I guess that's their signal for the eye. Is there anything behind it? Ooh, it's a window. Cool. So we're probably decently high up, so the sand might not fill all this way. It would be nice if there's a shortcut, though. Yeah. Yeah, so as I was saying, that kind of reminds me of what Solana was saying, wondering what would happen if a conscious observer enters the eye. Maybe it's calling for us, so maybe the eye wants someone to enter it. Gravity cannon. Oh, is a path to the gravity cannon? Because that's easy to find. Does this open from either side? Because I was definitely at the gravity cannon. And yeah, so that we can close it here. And could reopen it. Okay, so maybe this is the shortcut I was looking for. Unfortunately, there's a lot of ghost matter around here. Yeah. Can I get through? Yeah, no, I'm... Okay, I'm not dead yet. I might be mostly dead, but I am not dead yet. Okay. Yeah, now I'm dead. Okay. Well, that's a bit of a lead. Maybe there's a shortcut near the gravity cannon. It's a shame I wasn't able to confirm that. Okay, I was planning to end it after this loop, but now I just have to go back to the gravity cannon, see if I can find a shortcut there back to the city. I'm just gonna go poke around a little bit, see if anything catches my eye. Otherwise, we might just have to take the long way. Alright, here's Ember Twin once more. Let us find the gravity cannon. Oh, wait, was that it? No, that's the escape pod. I still don't know what that tower is. Oh, come on. Where's the gravity cannon? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. So, we'll use the convenient landing pad. Alright, so there is a path from the city to the gravity cannon, so presumably that can be traveled in reverse. Yeah, the sunless city. Why did I not go this way before? Was it blocked off? Oh, yeah, it's blocked off. Damn it. Okay, well. So I wonder if there was anything else to find there along that path. Because when we were in there, that path was actually quite high. So it makes me wonder, is there some other tunnel we could go through that will get us to the sunless city? That if we'd survived a bit more, we could have found from that side a bit more obviously. Well, let me just have a look. I'm not seeing anything so far. We know they've hidden things in a few different ways before. Like, there's been a lot of things hidden behind sand. Some things hidden... What if I turn that... Okay, so I can just close this while I'm inside it, I guess. Okay. Doesn't seem to do any good, but that's interesting. Alright. So, out here... let's look up. Maybe there's a cave entrance somewhere near the gravity cannon. Yeah. I'm just going to look around a bit first. So that's the way to the sunless city. Do I see anything by eye? No. Okay. I'm going to take the ship up and park up there and see if we spot anything up there. Okay. Okay, so which direction is it? Well, let's get out, search around on foot. Okay. So, there is quite possibly a hidden cave entrance somewhere around here. Yeah, even if I find it, I'm not going to do much more in this episode. It would just be very convenient to have for getting back to the Sunless City if there's a shortcut here. Alright, we might have to trek a bit. Yeah, there's a lot of ground to cover, so if there is a shortcut, which there might not be, they're not making it easy to find. Yeah, you're definitely not going to be likely to find this by accident. Okay, so back over here, we're in the canyon again. Yeah, these caves are pretty obvious. This isn't going to be the shortcut, but I think this is the Quantum Shard Cave I'm in now. Yeah, that looks familiar. Okay, so not here. Okay, I'm going to go back to the ship, look over one more path before calling it a day. Oh, going too fast. Alright. Yeah, so this way is where the path is, and there was a lot above us, so the entrance would, if there's any, there might not be, would be somewhere around here. Yeah, or maybe back a bit, or I think I went left before, let's go right. Okay. So, let's go over to the other side of the bridge and look back. Maybe there's an entrance under it. Yeah. I'm not really seeing anything. Okay. I'm just gonna go have a peek down. I remember vaguely hearing about something being in the canyon. I'm now in orbit around it. Yeah. Nope, nothing. Okay. Well, I'm calling it for this loop. We'll just have to go back there on our own. Take the long way around. Search for another shortcut. And I will end you with this amazing view. So, thank you everyone for following along with this journey with me. I will see you all again next week. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and click the bell to be sure you get notifications of new uploads. See you again soon.